that mindfulness meditation has nothing to do with Buddhism. It's all about it, but then it's not the thing that is ask all of us to practice or convert to Buddhism. It has nothing to do with it. About all human beings need help to clarify, to purify our mind, to have a better life, right? So this is not something about religions. This is not something about Buddhism at all. This is something that all beings need help right now. That is what and the key and the message that I brought to share with all of you. And hopefully within my walk, hopefully within my journey here, can share the message with some people and can be benefit to the people. Right? And so if we are here for the same mission, peace, then we should practice to purify our mind. Purify our mind is within our breath. It's nothing more than our breath. Because we are living in this world, we have our breath with us every single moment. It's just that we've forgotten it. We breathe in and we breathe out, just like a robot. We're not aware of our breath. So this is the time where we should be mindful with our breath. Breathe in and breathe out with awareness instead of just breathe to survive. So when we add awareness to our breath, to our breathing, this is when we calm our mind down. This is when we tie that monkey down, not to let that monkey mind jump in here and there anymore. All of us have the monkey mind. That monkey mind is always jumping, never want to stop at one place, never wants to live with this present moment. The monkey always work and think about the past, about the future. And the past is something that's already gone. Became a history. No one can change it. So we should just let it go instead of holding on to it. And the future is something that is not yet come. So we should just live with this present moment. So each and every breath we breathe in and breathe out, if we can be aware of those, it means that we live mindfully with this present moment, here and now. When we live with this present moment, anything happen, we be able to reflect ourselves, we be able to see that right away, so we're not reacting. If things happen, if we could just take a deep breath and deep breath, we be able to calm our mind down. When our mind is calm, we will not react the way we used to be anymore, then we not suffer. This is something that we already have with us. It's just that we haven't had a chance to come back to practice on it. And we've been talking a lot about it, but not in action. It's the time that I really truly hope that every one of us will put it into action and make it happen for ourselves. In order for this world to be at peace, we have to make our world be at peace first. Our world is inside, not outside. Every single one of us have the world inside. That world also have the same thing as outside. Trees, weeds, flowers, cactus, animal, fruits, food, everything. Inside of this world have everything that same thing as the outside world. And especially inside of this world have a lot of wild animal. Greedy, hatred, anger, delusion, all those are wild animal. That wild animal can eat us up any time. Can chew the other at any time. If those animals cannot, if they are not trained, they are not under control, it will mess up everything. So we should train that animal to stay calm and stay at this present moment. Just like we train in our dog. Stay, sit, lying down, things like that. When it's well trained, it will not react, it will not jump after the object. Right? So I use those sample as our mind because our mind is very, very strong, and actually this mind can create a lot of things. It can bring tears to the world. It can also bring joy to the human, to the beings. So we should be only bring joys to the people, not tears. Right? And so for us to have a peaceful life, we really, really have to practice mindfulness within this breathing method. Breathe in, aware of that breath going in. Breathe out, aware of that going out. In, out, in, out. That's all we need to do. But when thought pop up, our mind have full of thoughts. When any thought pop up, it doesn't matter it's good or bad. We acknowledge of that thought. Come back here with the breathing again. And then breathe in, breathe out, another thought pop up, another thought pop up. All we need to do is just acknowledge it. And then come back to the breathing. When you hear noise, when you hear sound, acknowledge it as sound, 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 come back here. Sensation on this face, on this body, acknowledge it as feeling, feeling, feeling. Observe it. And then come back here. This is how we train ourselves to have to bring the concentration back to this present moment. So that it cannot go back to the past. It cannot chase the future anymore. It's just gonna stay here at this present moment. We don't have this habit yet. Right? So we need to have this new habit to replace the old habit of heading out. Our old habit is to head out, not to come back. So now we train ourselves to come back. To come back. Bring it back, keep bringing it back. One day you will see, you will live with mindfulness, you will live with this present moment. And then when you are at this present moment, somebody come to you and say something that you dislike. Instead of you react, you will give him a smile, give her a smile. And then come back to ourselves. Either you can feel your heartbeat, or you can check on your breathing, or take a deep breath instead of react. That is how we keep ourselves from troubles. That I have mentioned so many times. If we encounter into a fight, verbally or physically, there are only three places to go, which is hospital, jail, and the third one is funeral. Only three places to go. So we should not. We always have to live within. Peace always begins from within, not out there. And our venerable monks walk. We mindfully walk, and we see our breath when we walk. That is why we have the energy to walk that long. If you've seen the pictures on day one, I'm not like this. And now that I can't believe myself that I'm so skinny like this. And I am veg. So we lose a lot of calories and energies every day, right? I don't have enough of protein either. But I still be able to walk. is because we focus on our breathing that generate energy for ourselves. Secondly, we have a strong determination for ourselves. This is something that we must have in order for us to practice mindfulness. Strong determination. You have to determine that you will need to change your life starting from today. Regardless of what happened to my life, I will have to practice this. I will not give up. If you have that strong determination, and now comes, you have to have a right effort added to it. Without effort, we cannot make this change. Let's say we live in this world for 50 years. We spend 50 years struggle. We spend 50 years thinking of this and that, chasing the outside world. Now that we start to come back to ourselves within 5 days or 5 weeks and we expect the result right away, that is not fair. At least a couple months or a year or a couple years, right? To train a new habit is not easy. It's not easy at all. But you have to put more effort to it. Just like one of my talk, I said that we have the mirror in our bathroom. The mirror. We are looking at that mirror to see ourselves every day. Every morning and nighttime. We can see our form, external body, but we cannot see the internal body, our inner child. Whenever you wash your face and brush your teeth, what's on that mirror? Toothpaste, water, spot, dots on that mirror. Is that right? How many of you actually wipe that off right after you use that sink? Less than 10 people out of 1,000 people. How many of you wipe it off trying to clean after a week? About 20 people. How about a month? Wow. Okay. Now let me ask you. How, for those 10 people, or less than 10 people, wipe it off right after you use it? How easy is it? Very easy, right? Super. Because it's still wet and all you need to do is just get a towel and wipe it off right away. It'll go off right away and return you that clean and glossy mirror, right? For those who waited for a month here, how much effort it take you to clean it off? A lot of effort, right? By that time you'll be mumbling for yourself, why do I have to keep this long? My hand is so tired. And you waste money too. You have to go to Home Depot, Walmart, and Lowe's to get chemicals and cleaning stuff, products, right? Probably Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart not gonna like me about this. Because and then you take home. Now you have to apply chemical to it and use your effort to clean it. It's difficult. It will take a while for that mirror to be clear, right? Spotless, yes. So in order for us to remove it, you have to put more effort to it. Wow, it's super easy that we can just clean it off right away. Just like our mind. That I mentioned earlier about that tree. Anything happened to our life, instead of recording it deeply in our mind, can we just let it come to this ear and go out that ear? And it's gone. When things happen, we just take a deep breath and don't take it in. Whoever says something, if you don't take it, it belongs to that person. It's not yours. Then why do we have to suffer because of people saying things? Doing things? Well, that all those things are only 10% are sufferings. Physically, only 10% suffering. But when you react, is add 90% on top of that 10%, makes you suffer 100%. But we keep doing that to ourselves. So there's no love for yourself. That's why I mentioned at the right beginning, we should love ourselves more. No one else in this world loves you more than yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Not this outside body, okay? We've been doing this. I'm not talking about this outside body. I'm talking about your mind. This body will be decayed. This body will change rapidly. But the mind is something that needs your help. It's been crying, asking for help. But we keep on abandoning it. We keep chasing things. And at the end, we only hold suffering. Let us all just shed all those bad things in our life, just like the tree shedding their leaves, waiting for the spring to come. When the spring comes, all the flowers will bloom, all kind of fragrance. Isn't it better? Everybody loves spring, right?
Yeah.
This is what we should live with, how we should live with. So be mindful with your verbal, your speech, your action. Very careful about it. And of course, it all begins with a thought. It all begins with just one thought. So be mindful with your thoughts. That is the chief. Thought is your chief that will lead you to any direction. So let us all practice mindfulness to help ourselves, to bring peace to ourselves and our family. Without peace for ourselves, there will be no world peace. Don't expect anybody in this world to bring world peace, to change this world for us, because there will be no one in this world to do that, including the monks. We are the same thing. We are walking just to raise this awareness to everybody and hoping that everybody would join this walk together to bring peace for ourselves, our family, and our neighbors and our society. If all of us can do that one thing together, everybody in this world do the same thing together. That is how this world change. Because of all the people doing it, not just one person. Right? So the statement that I always share, that every morning when we wake up, our mind is fresh and pure. We should give our mind a job to do before it picking up all those trash to chew it over and over. Means all those bad things in life. Those are trash. It's not benefit. But our mind will always picking up all those to think it over and over. That is the nature of the mind. So before it chewing all those trash, give it a job to do. Get a piece of paper and a pen now, write down the statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Just that one simple statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Even you already memorize it. It's okay. You have to write it down. Giving ourselves a job to do. This is something really important. Not just sitting there and think. Okay, this will support us throughout our day. Today is going to be my peaceful day, and read it over and over and over with our eyes. And then after that, read it out loud with our mouth. To tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day. No one in this world can mess it up. Except us. We are the only person who can mess our days up. No one else. Remember that. If I throw you a rope of fire, it's your choice to hold it or not. Is that right? If you decide to hold that rope, you and I will become barbecue. Okay? If you decide not to hold that rope, I will barbecue myself. That is the truth. We don't have to hold it. We don't have to tie us up with the others.
In the quiet spaces of our modern, fast-paced lives, beneath the endless hum of notifications, responsibilities, and the relentless pursuit of tomorrow, there is a profound and universal yearning. It is a quiet ache for stillness, a deep longing to feel truly at home within our own skin. Often, we search for this sanctuary in the external world. We look for it in the changing of our circumstances, in the accumulation of achievements, or in the hope that someone else might eventually hand us the keys to our own contentment. Yet, the most profound truth we can ever awaken to is that the peace we so desperately seek is not a destination to arrive at, nor is it a commodity to be acquired. It is an internal medicine, a healing balm that has been within us all along. This medicine of mindfulness is not bound by any single tradition, nor is it a distant religious dogma that asks us to convert our deeply held beliefs. It has nothing to do with adopting a new label or walking away from the life we know. Rather, it is a fundamentally human practice. It is the simple, radical recognition that all human beings, regardless of where we come from or what we believe, need gentle help to clarify the waters of our minds. We all need a way to purify our internal landscape so that we can experience a richer, more vibrant, and truly better life. Our shared mission, the quiet pilgrimage we are all walking every single day, is the pursuit of peace. But this peace cannot be legislated or purchased. It must be cultivated from the soil of our own awareness, beginning with the very life force that sustains us. The doorway to this magnificent inner peace is remarkably unadorned. It is found in something so constant and unassuming that we almost entirely ignore it. It is our breath. Because we are living, breathing creatures navigating this complex world, our breath is with us in every single moment, from our very first cry to our final whispered goodbye. It is our most faithful companion, yet we have largely forgotten it. We move through our days breathing merely to survive, functioning much like beautifully complex robots on autopilot. We inhale and exhale, keeping the machinery of our bodies going, while our minds are miles away. This is the tragedy of our modern exhaustion. We are alive, but we are not beautifully, consciously aware of our living. The time has come for us to lovingly return our attention to this gentle rhythm. We must learn to breathe in and breathe out with profound awareness. When we attach the light of our awareness to the physical sensation of breathing, a miraculous shift occurs. The chaotic volume of the world begins to dial down, and we begin to soothe the restless energy within us. All of us possess what is often called a monkey mind. This monkey is wildly energetic, constantly jumping from branch to branch, never wanting to stop and rest in one place, and fundamentally terrified of living in the present moment. It swings wildly into the past, obsessing over history that is already gone and impossible to change, clinging to old regrets that we should simply let go of. Then, in the blink of an eye, the monkey swings wildly into the future, agonizing over events that have not yet happened and may never come to pass. But when we consciously feel the air entering our lungs and leaving our bodies, we gently tie that monkey down. We give it a safe, quiet place to rest. Each aware breath brings us back to the only place where life actually happens, right here, and right now. When we inhabit the present moment, we stop reacting blindly to the world. We give ourselves the sacred pause needed to observe, to reflect, and to choose our response with grace, saving ourselves from untold suffering. As we gently train this monkey mind to sit still, we begin to clearly see the vast and intricate ecosystem of our internal world. We often forget that our inner landscape is a perfect, striking mirror of the outside world. Inside every single one of us exists an entire universe. We have sprawling trees of wisdom, delicate flowers of compassion, and nourishing fruits of our lived experiences. But just like the untamed wilderness, this inner world also harbors wild animals. The heavy, dark beasts of greed, hatred, anger, and delusion roam through the forests of our minds. These are not monsters to be destroyed, but wild forces that, if left untrained and unobserved, can chew us up and destroy our peace at any moment. If these animals are not brought under the loving control of our awareness, they will run rampant and mess up everything we have worked so hard to build in our lives. We must approach these wild emotions with the same firm, loving patience we use when training a beloved dog. We teach our minds to sit, to stay, and to lie down in the present moment. When the mind is well trained by the steady rhythm of the breath, it stops lunging aggressively at every passing provocation. It stops biting at the people around us. Our minds are incredibly powerful instruments. They possess the capacity to bring devastating tears to the world, or to bring unimaginable joy to our fellow human beings. By taming our inner wilderness, we ensure that we are contributing joy, rather than adding to the world's deep well of tears. To maintain this beautiful inner ecosystem, we must engage in the daily art of clearing our vision, a practice perfectly illustrated by the mirror in our bathrooms. Every morning and every night, we stand before this mirror to look at our external form. While we wash our faces and brush our teeth, the glass inevitably gets splashed with water, soap, and little spots of toothpaste. If we take a small towel and wipe the mirror right after we use the sink, the process is incredibly easy. The spots are still wet, and with one gentle, effortless swipe, the glass is spotless, glossy, and clear. But imagine if we left those spots of toothpaste on the mirror for a week. They would harden. Now imagine leaving them there for an entire month, or a year. By the time we finally decide to clean the glass, the effort required is immense. We find ourselves exhausted, scrubbing endlessly, mumbling in frustration, and spending money on harsh chemicals just to cut through the hardened grime. Our minds work in exactly the same way. Every day, the events of life splash against the mirror of our soul. People say things we dislike, stressful situations arise, and minor conflicts occur. If we allow these events to stick to our minds, if we record them deeply and hold on to them for months or years, they harden into deep resentments that require immense emotional labor to scrub away. How much simpler, how much more beautiful it is to wipe the mirror immediately. When someone says a hurtful word, we can simply take a deep breath, acknowledge it, and let it go out the other ear. It is just a sound. If we do not take the offense into our hearts, it remains entirely with the person who spoke it. It is not ours to carry. Understanding this boundary between what is ours and what belongs to the world is the key to dismantling our own suffering. There is a profound mathematics to our daily pain. The actual physical events or the direct words spoken to us only account for about 10% of our suffering. The fleeting moment of a harsh word or a difficult circumstance is incredibly brief. But it is our mind's reaction, our dwelling, our anger, our obsessive replaying of the event, that piles on the remaining 90%. We take a tiny seed of discomfort and water it into a sprawling forest of misery, making ourselves suffer 100%. We keep doing this to ourselves because we have forgotten how to truly love ourselves. To stop this cycle, we must visualize human conflict for what it truly is. Imagine that someone approaches you in anger and throws a heavy, burning rope of fire directly at you. In our untrained state, our instinct is to reach out and catch it. We engage in the argument, we defend our pride, we hurl insults back. But if you catch that burning rope, you tie yourself to the other person, and both of you will inevitably become completely burned. We have a revolutionary choice in every moment of conflict. We can simply let our hands rest at our sides. We can choose not to hold the rope. If you decide not to catch the fire, the flames belong entirely to the one who threw them. We do not have to tie ourselves up in the chaotic suffering of others. We can stand in the peaceful power of our own restraint, completely unburned. Refusing to catch the fire requires immense, unwavering determination, much like embarking on a grueling, cross-country walking pilgrimage. On such a profound journey, walking day after day, the physical body quickly depletes its calories and energy. The frame grows weary, and the physical strength wanes. Yet, the pilgrim continues to walk, step after mindful step, not powered by heavy meals, but fueled by the profound, sustaining energy generated by conscious breathing and an unbreakable spirit. We must bring this exact level of strong determination to our daily lives. We must firmly decide that, starting today, regardless of what chaos swirls around us or what difficulties life presents, we are going to change the way we live. We will not give up on our inner peace. We must also temper this determination with profound patience and right effort. If we have lived on this earth for 30, 40, or 50 years, spending decades struggling, overthinking, and constantly chasing external validation, we cannot expect our inner world to completely transform in a matter of 5 days or 5 weeks. It is fundamentally unfair to demand instant perfection from a mind that has been conditioned to run away for a lifetime. Training a new, life-giving habit takes time, months, perhaps years, of gentle correction. Our old habit is to constantly head out into the world's drama. Our new, beautiful habit is to continuously come back to ourselves. Every time the mind wanders, every time we are tempted to catch the rope of fire, we simply bring our attention back. We bring it back, over and over, with endless grace. This magnificent practice of coming back begins fresh every single morning, in the quiet, sacred moments right after we open our eyes. Upon waking, our mind is relatively fresh, pure, and quiet. However, true to its nature, if left to its own devices, it will quickly begin scouring the corners of our consciousness to pick up old emotional trash. It will find yesterday's anxieties, last week's arguments, and tomorrow's fears, and begin chewing on them over and over, filling our pure morning with useless, heavy debris. Therefore, we must give our mind a beautiful, noble job to do before it has a chance to find the trash. Before you even leave your bed, or perhaps as you sit with your morning coffee, take a piece of paper and a pen. Write down one simple, powerful statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Even if you have memorized these words entirely, the physical act of writing them down anchors the intention in reality. Read the words over and over with your eyes, letting them sink into your consciousness. Then, speak them out loud to the universe. Declare with gentle authority that today is going to be your peaceful day. When you set this profound intention, you realize that absolutely no one in this world has the power to mess up your day except you. You become the sovereign protector of your own peace. We must learn to love ourselves enough to shed the heavy, dead things in our lives, just as a beautiful tree gracefully sheds its dying leaves in the autumn. The tree does not mourn the leaves, it drops them willingly, trusting the deep wisdom of the earth, waiting patiently for the spring. When we shed our anger and our attachments to past pain, we prepare our inner branches for the inevitable spring. When that season of the soul arrives, all the flowers of our joy will bloom, and the sweet fragrance of genuine happiness will return to our lives. When we commit to this deeply personal, inward journey, an extraordinary thing happens. Our private peace begins to powerfully heal the world around us. We often look at the news in despair over the state of the globe, waiting for leaders or grand movements to deliver world peace. But there will be no world peace until there is peace within the individuals who make up the world. We cannot expect anyone else to change this planet for us. It is a collective responsibility. If every single one of us commits to wiping our inner mirrors, to dropping the ropes of fire, and to breathing with awareness, the world transforms naturally, completely, and inevitably. This profound truth becomes startlingly clear in the sudden, unexpected moments of crisis that life inevitably brings. Imagine standing in a crowded space when a sudden medical emergency occurs. Someone falls ill. Panic ripples through the crowd, voices raise, and fear threatens to take over. The collective monkey mind of the crowd begins to scream. In that crucial, fractured moment, the most powerful thing you can do to support the situation, while the medics rush to do their crucial physical work, is to refuse to join the panic. Instead of looking around wildly and absorbing the chaos, you can stand absolutely still. You can softly close your eyes, shutting out the visual frenzy. You can gently lift your left hand and place it warmly over your heart, laying your right hand gently on top of it. In the midst of the swirling storm, you take a slow, deep, intentional breath. You bring your full, undivided attention to the steady, faithful rhythm of your own heartbeat. Thump, thump, breathe in, breathe out. By anchoring yourself in this profound center of calm, your peace radiates outward. You become a pillar of stillness in a terrified world. This is the ultimate promise of our lifelong pilgrimage, that by cherishing every moment and loving the life within us, we become the very peace we wish to see, transforming our chaotic world one beautiful, intentional breath at a time.